Hello, beautiful people. It's girl Jeannie, and it's Jeannie's signatures today again. So today I'll be making this beautiful gown with the sequins in front, and that's a beautiful sleeves. There's a way it came out, and it's looked very beautiful. So if this is what you're interested in, please kindly watch till the end and kindly stay tuned. Yeah. So thank you to all my amazing subscribers. You all are. Kisses to you all. So let's just sit back, relax, and enjoy this tutorial because it is quite detailed, yeah? So kindly watch till the end. Thank you. So I have my fabrics as I'm showing you. These are the things I'll be needing for the tutorial. And of course, I made use of a lining, but I didn't show it here. So when we get to that part, I'm going to be showing you. So I already have my fabric folded on the table, and this is in two. So I'll be cutting the front part first before cutting the back part. So in order for you to determine the folding level, you just divide your biggest body part, which is the hip in this case. I divided by 4 and then I added 2 inches sewing allowance. So that is what I have on fold because I just don't want all the table muddled up. So by now you should have been used to the way we determine what we have on fold. If it's for our half length, you make use of your bust measurement. And if it's for a full gown like this, you make use of your hip if that is the biggest part of your body or that of your clients. For some, their tummy can be very big. So now I'm trying to ascertain the first part of this gown because this is going to be in two parts. There will be from shoulder to knee, and then from knee down there will be a gather kind of style around that knee area down. So that is what I was trying to determine there. So I haven't gotten my length. I just want to cut off these salvage edges because I don't like it showing on my fabrics. So yes, I have my fabric ready. And so basically the first thing I'll be doing is just to divide the shoulder measurement by 2, and I got 16 inches. So because I'll not really be adding a sleeve to this, that's why I didn't add any half inch for joining for the sleeves. So I'll be coming down by 8 inches for my armhole as well, and then I'll be connecting that just the way we do our normal basic bodies. So I'm marking down the 8 inches right here too, so that I would have an even line or a straight line. So I'll be connecting it like so. And so the next thing I'll be doing now is to come down by 1 inch for shoulder slope, and then for the neck width I'll be making use of 4 inches or 3.5 inches. So anyone that is okay for you, just go ahead and do that. So for the front neckline, I'll be making use of 3 inches as well. But if you want a deeper neckline, you can go as low as 4, 5 or 6 inches respectively. So now I'm connecting my shoulder slope, and then I'm going to add an half inch for my joining allowance. I don't want to forget, that's why I'm adding it immediately. And so the basic next thing we're going to be doing is cover to our armhole. And for that, I'll be marking the midpoint of my armhole, and then I'll be coming in by half an inch, and then I'll curve it out to get our armhole curve. So for this, I'm just trying to divide my bust measurement by 4. You know all these bust measurements that always comes with half inches and all. So that's why I just want to really get the right calculation before marking it. So that's why I'm using my tape rule to ascertain that. So yes, after getting that, I will just be placing that on my fabric, and then I will add in 2 inches sewing allowance. So for this tutorial, there will be no dart. There's no need for a dart because it's a straight gown, and it's a straight and kind of fitted gown. It's not too free. Yeah. But if you don't want yours to be too tight, you can just add 1 inch extras to your measure after dividing by 4. So I'm just carving out my armhole as you can see me do. I believe my chalk is visible enough, because that's primarily the reason why I'm making use of a blue chalk. If I had known, I would have used the white chalk. So now I want to get my half length, that is shoulder to the waist area, and I just marked that. And then of course I'm going to be getting my shoulder to my knee, but I made use of the total length that is on the table there, so that is where I would want the garters, the second part of the layers of the gown to start from. So after getting your shoulder to waist, you get your shoulder to hip as well, or your waist to hip, as you see fit. It's pretty much the same thing. So now I've divided my waist measurement by 4 as well, and then I'll be marking that, and then I'll give 2 inches sewing allowance. I'll replicate the same thing on my hip line. I'll divide by 4 and then mark 2 inches sewing allowance. So that is basically what I'm trying to explain there. I believe I'm not so forward because as at this time I had not placed my shoulder to hip or waist to hip measurement, but my chalk fell off the table, so I had to pick it up. So yeah, let me go back to doing that. So now I've come back to add my waist measurement divided by 4, and then I added 2 inches sewing allowance. And then I'll go to my hip, and then I'll do that same thing. You just divide your hip by 4, and then you add 2 inches sewing allowance. And so whatever you have here, you just take it down to the length of the gown, because you need that space so that you'll be able to walk easily. So you need to put the same measurement around your knee area. So that's what I just replicated there. So I'm just going to be connecting the lines. And then my waist to my hip, and then the bust to the waist. Yes, so we're through with this. So the next thing to do is just to cut it out. So I'll be cutting through the front armhole, the back armhole like the normal first. Later I'm going to be adjusting that after I must have cut out the back. And so I don't want to cut out the front neckline now. So I just want to fold and then cut out the back piece and then adjust everything once. So I've already added my zipper allowance to the back piece, as you can see. So you can see from where I did that. So I'll just come down by 1 inch or 1.5 inches for the back depth neckline. I didn't know my camera was not capturing that, so I had to shift it down so that you would see. So I'll just curve that out. That's the back neckline. So I'll be cutting that out, and then I'll be cutting exactly the side seams and everything the same. So the only difference between the front and the back is basically the zipper allowance. So I've cut this out, and then I'll be cutting out the zipper allowance to slit the back pieces into two. Just trying to notch my zipper there. Cutting out the neckline for the front. And then I will adjust the armhole curve for the front piece. So now I'll remove that and then focus on the back piece. So for the back piece, in order to avoid the bulginess of the zip at the back, I just want to measure where I would want the sleeve to get, the zipper to get to. And then from there I'll be slanting half an inch, I'll be slanting half an inch all the way, and then slant it into the line before you get to the upper part, just to avoid that bulginess at the back area. So I'll be slitting that into two and then cutting out the excess half inches that I marked and slanted. Just trying to blend that in. And so yes, we have our back pieces and then we have our front piece. Let me just open it up so that you'd see how it looks. So this is how it looks. And this is the front piece. So for the front piece, there's a design on the chest area, and this is when I'll be introducing the sequins, that I'll be making use of. So I just got this sequins. It's a stretchy fabric, so this is how I'll be placing it. So depending on how deep you want your V to look like, that is entirely your choice. But I just want to cut out this velvet like that this place that there was no sequence on top, because I'm not going to be needing it, so I just want to cut it off. And so I'll be cutting out like a length of 20 inches. So like I said, this is entirely dependent on you, however you want it to be, how long you would want it to be. But for mine, I just decided that between 18 and 20 inches was perfect. That's why I brought back the clothes, the fabric, so that I will determine where I would want the V to get to. And I will be starting the sewing of the pattern from my armhole area. So that's why I placed the tape like so. And I now measured it down to get the length that I wanted. So you can see that is where I wanted to get to. So I'll be setting that aside and then I'll be working on this for now. So You know, this kind of fabric is always rolling and rolling and all. And so I'll just be getting the length of that. I'm sorry if I'm not sounding too cheerful. I'm so tired. Yeah, it's just that I had to do this voiceover today so that I will just rest. I'm very tired. I'm feeling sleepy. So I'm just trying to cut out the parts that I'm going to be needing so that I will focus on that. So this is what I'll be needing to get that pointed. I don't know the shape that is. Is it triangle or whatever? When you flip it over, I don't know. I'm not good in mathematics, so I wouldn't know. So, anyways, this is what we'll be needing. So, basically, the next thing I'll be doing now is to flip it over because I tried chalking it here. It just was not visible, so I had to flip it over to use the back of the fabric. So I'm just trying to get the midpoint of that so that it will be easy to get the pointed part that I wanted. But nothing was just not working on this, so I had to flip it over so that we'll be able to see it very well. At least this place is better. That is the reverse side. So now we're getting the midpoint. And then I'll indicate the midpoints. And then I'll be trying, really trying to make use of my ruler because this thing is just so shaky. So I'll just try to slant it from the pointed edge from the upper part down to this level. I tried everything I could. This thing is really stressful. But if you want yours to be very easy, like to get it without any trouble, I think it will be advisable to iron stay on it first before cutting it out so that you will have that V pointed shape. But I had already done this before ironing whatever. So now I just want to I folded into two since I've marked one side because I would want everything to be the same. So I folded into two and then I'm cutting it out like so. So that the shape will be the same. So now this is what we have. So we have that shape that we have been looking for. And so this is how I'll be placing it on the fabric. So this is how it's going to be sitting on the fabric. You just place it and align it very well. But before we do that, sewing of this kind of velvet fabric is always very difficult. So in order for it to be easier for every one of us, you just take your gum stay and just give it a very good press on it on the reverse side so that when you want to sew it, it will be very easy for you to do. It will not be stretchy again. So this eye is going to be looking after we must have sewn it and all. That's what I was just trying to show you right here. So this is where I brought out my gum stay that I was going to iron on it, and then let me quickly do that, and then I'll be right back to show you before sewing it on the fabric. So as at this point, I just felt like, okay, I've got out my linings. I did this off camera. So as at this point, I had gone to give it a very good press, as you could see. So now it will not be stretchy again. I can sew easily on it. I just wanted to show you before going over to sew it on my fabric. So if you've watched up to this level, please kindly hit the subscribe button, kindly like, kindly share, and kindly please, kindly give it a big thumbs up. Thank you all, and God bless you. So let me quickly go and run it on my machine, and then I'll be right back to show you. So I've all done all that. I've sewn it to my fabric, as you can see. It's all looking beautiful. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is just to use my lining and turn it around the neckline area, and then sew on the sides, because I don't want to be taking this to a surgery machine or a weaving machine. So I'm just going to be sewing everything and using the lining to turn everything all the way around, except the length of the gown that I'll be leaving like that. So I'm just going to sew it like that, a bit half an inch top stitch, and then sew on the sides, and then I'll be back. So I've gone ahead to do that, and this is what I have. I've even gone ahead to do that for the back. I've even gone further to attach my zipper, because of course this gown is going to be having a zipper, because if not, how we're going to wear it. So you can see I've already attached the zipper point to shoulders as well, just to make this tutorial quick. So that is what I was just trying to show here. I've gone to do all that. So that's the zipper. So the next thing I'm just going to be doing now is just to place it on top of each other and take out the body measurements and remove the sewing allowances. And then we'll go ahead to dealing with the second part of the gown, which is where the gathers is going to be at the knee area. So I've done that. I've taken out my measurements. You can see that our gown is coming out beautiful. So what we'll be left with is this lower part, where we're going to be attaching our gathers, kind of, and then of course the sleeve area. So I have my fabric. So how do you determine the length of the gathers you're meant to add to this? You just subtract your shoulder to knee measurement from your full length of the gown. So whatever you have left is what you're going to be cutting as the length of the gathers that you'll be needing. And for you to know the volume of gathers you'll be needing, this is